From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
These are his numbers. From last week's contest, 19 carries, 68 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Off the play fake, Dawson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, Clayton. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just Another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
It's game, baby. March 59.
Ready?
On second down, Callaway. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league. 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
3-pound, 132 fighter. Shoot.
On first down, Dawson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Big yardage there for the Browns. 18.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Get out.
Throwing on first down. Wallace. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again. And he'll give it here to his running back. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Wallace. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wallace. His throw incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. Of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives? So
we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin in the NFC West. Arizona heading up north to take on Seattle. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, let's head over to New Era Field to see what's happening with the Bills. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. The Bills trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. The Jets in that win and hope mode A victory gets them to 8-7, and from there, well, we'll have to see how things shake out. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Set, 15, line it. 15 line.
What tight end?
You draw corkers. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Clayton. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory.
Defense.
So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
They'll run on first down. Clayton. Again, he finds an opening. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's tough. Into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Good job.
A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 20. Call it the 24-yard line. We get a look now at the 49ers defense as they get into position. And a big reason why this defense is pitching a shutout, they have been bringing the lumber.
And think about how they've been playing and putting themselves in a position to do it. Fundamentally sound, covering all the gaps, what we call it run fits when it's the running game, making sure they're locking down on the pass receivers, and that puts them in a position to be aggressive when they tackle.
On 1st and 10, Wallace. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ready, set.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They go play action here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Go, 50, play.
On first down, Wallace. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't clear.
And to give this time to the tailback. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Come. Go.
On 3rd and 2, Wallace. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
8, read.
Hey, Hey, watch the slant. Kill.
Down.
Off play action. Wallace. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Kill. Pilot, 64, weak.
A quick throw here, that's complete. And a 49er first down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come. It's Clayton, and he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
6-6, bullet high. Shoot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dawson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but End up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Let's go one more.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. 10th of the law, possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and this one away.
But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the cover. About 6 across the 30 to the 30.
And then they put their foot in the ground and cut back.
Tally.
This game just this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the game loosening things up. Now there's room.
United affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Wallace. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The 2.
For pride and fantasy points.
Wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly.
Embolden the secondary. They feel good.
Get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. What do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Through. And high fives. That drive ends in 3. There.
You can't blame him one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Come on, now, let's go.
The San Francisco offense getting their last minute. Should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going to throw right side here, complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
I got you.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dawson. It fights him off. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Personal foul yardage.
Jam, jam, jam.
X3, 218, chopper. Ready?
Off the play fake. Dawson. It's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the 49ers, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.